All right, we are back on Morning Line, kind of shifting gears away from Open Phones Thursday. Appreciate all the phone calls, but we have this event we want to talk about. This is Sue Fort White. Yeah, she's nice. She's executive director of Our Kids, and we're going to talk about what Our Kids is again, and with her a good friend and a good friend of Our Kids is Jeff Fuller with Dunn Construction. Nice to have you on.
Thank you.
Why do we have a guy who's a VP of construction on with us? Oh, we're going to explain.
We're going to explain.
We're going to explain. It's the J.D. Dunn Hammer Down Race, which I kind of like the name of that, which is second year for it this year.
Yes.
Who's going to be emceeing the event?
Nick!
Oh, I'm going to be there.
Yes.
It's going to be cold. All right, Sue, all right, we'll get from both of you first. Let me ask you first, just remind folks about Our Kids, just who don't know, and what this money goes for.
Okay, so Our Kids provides forensic medical evaluations and crisis counseling in response to child sexual abuse. We are this wonderful clinic. We're an outpatient clinic of National General Hospital. We serve 47 counties. Every year we evaluate between 850 and 900 children. From Middle Tennessee. That makes us one of the largest child sexual abuse clinics in the country. And child sexual abuse, the prevalence of this issue is just epidemic.
I know, that's awful.
1 in 4 girls and 1 in 7 boys will experience some form of child sexual abuse before they reach the age of 18. The good news is that once they get to us, they get the most expert care, compassionate response. The abuse stops, and we are allowed the privilege of giving the family and the child a chance to recalibrate. The message to the child is, you have done nothing wrong. This is not your fault.
Right.
The message to the caregiver is, believe and protect your child. You and your child are resilient.
How quickly do you get involved again? Because part of it is these children sometimes have to be involved with litigation in the court, and that's very hard for these little ones.
So
is it before, after? When does it happen?
No, we're at the beginning of the crisis.
Okay, so you're working with them as they're going over and talking about what happened and what they're going to have to testify to sometimes.
And that's why an appointment at Our Kids is not a 20-minute medical transaction.
Right, okay.
It is a sacred encounter, an intense encounter that lasts between an hour and a half and 3 or 4 hours. Reason being, 95% of the time, the accused perpetrator is someone that's known and trusted by the family and even loved. And so, you know, my dear friend here, Jeff Fuller with J.E. Dunn, you know, this race, Hammer Down, is so wonderful. And, you know, last year they raised $25,000 for us. And,
which is awesome.
And that goes to help pay for clinical team salaries and all of that. And I think J.E. Dunn is a great example of a wonderful community partner.
Well, you, Jeff, have all kinds of things that you guys could have chosen to become involved with, obviously. And you may be involved with more than just this. Why Our Kids?
Well, we wanted to get more involved in our community. We do have a lot of philanthropies that we get involved with, and we wanted to be more pointed. So several years ago, we had a group of people come together, and they brought their charities and said, what do we want to support? And then once we met Sue and her team, and I mean, goodness, hear her, this lady talk, how can you not be inspired, and how can you not help these children? At the end of the day, it was hands down for us that we needed to be pointed, and Our Kids rose to the top just immediately. So we've been helping Sue out every way we can, and last year was our first year for the race, and we had a good turnout despite the cold weather. We're hoping for a little bit better weather this year, and we've already got more racers signed up, and we appreciate your support, and we're hoping that we can elevate the bar next year or this year for our giving back to Our Kids.
We'll just keep promoting it. Of course, it's Saturday. We'll hit this again as we wrap it up. But okay, it's going to be in the Gulch. Now, last year wasn't one of those big buildings being built there. That was your baby, wasn't it? Is that done, yo? It's done.
It is done and occupied.
I remember we were talking about it out there. Like, wow, this one's yours too. But I mean, we're right there in the middle of the Gulch, is where the race is going to start, right?
Yes.
Where do people need to come? Again,
they're going to be the start of the race is on 11th Street, right under the Demumbrian Bridge.
Okay.
So there's parking, and there's surface parking there. We're going to have tents and big signs that tell everybody where to register, and a couple food trucks that'll be out there for some coffee or something if it is a little cold. And then we'll have registration starts at 6 a.m.
All right.
The 1 mile fun run starts at 7 a.m. Free for kids 12 and under. The 5K is at and the 10K start at 7:30.
Oh, there's a 10K too. I forgot about that. That's right. There's a 10K, a 5K, 10K, and they start at 7:30, and then a post-race party kind of begins. Well, when they cross the finish line, what's that, around 8 or so, or something along those lines. And then there's actually an awards presentation.
Yes.
That's right.
Okay. And Rick was just telling me back in control that it's supposed to be sunny and in the 50s on Saturday, but the morning's gonna be a little chillier. Probably. So dress for that. People get shirts too, don't they? They get cool shirts.
They do. Get free shirts for going.
Yes.
We have some cool medals.
Yeah, look at that. Now that is really neat. Is that a bottle opener?
Yeah, so if you get tired of wearing it around because
really
it's pretty
cool.
heavy, there's 2 slots that you can put it up on your wall in your house or your garage and have a bottle opener.
I like the ribbon too.
It's heavy duty.
It's heavy duty.
Okay.
And they're a little bit large to bring, but for the actual event winners of the overall, we have a big sledgehammer engraved for the Hammer Down race. So it'll be awesome.
Very cool. See, that's great. I hope we get the turnout for the participants. You really need to do it. I'm going to be out there. I'll run it as well. Probably do the 5K. I mean, you can.
Come on, you can do the 10K.
I tried to talk her into it. She was too busy.
Okay, well, wait
Are you going to run? Are you going to run?
I'm gonna run.
Okay,
I'm gonna run.
No, I need to just reboot on that one. I'm a swimmer.
Oh, she's a swimmer.
A mile every day, darling. I don't run anymore.
All right, well, that's good. All right, a mile's pretty good. All right, so just to remind folks again, last year's $25,000 was raised.
That's
so
right.
the money, tangibly speaking, we want to top it this year again for our kids. Again, as you said, is paying for all the services you talked about.
Crucial things.
And what is the other revenue stream for you guys?
It is
donations almost
a
all?
lot of donations.
Is there any like federal, state money? Nothing like that.
No, sir.
Okay, and it's all. And you work sometimes with the DA's office.
Oh well, yes. I
That's
mean,
essentially it. They put you in touch.
We work with the DA's offices all over in different jurisdictions all throughout 47 counties. So because the nurse practitioners and the social workers are asked to present expert testimony on behalf of the case, and so
that really comes into play. We're lucky enough here in a big city like Nashville to have some through the DA's office to really help these families, but especially in some of these outerlying counties that don't have the resources. People like you, when there wasn't an organization like Our Kids, I don't know what these children did.
No, it's slipping through the cracks. I want to say one more thing about J.E. Dunn, and you can see it from Jeff's spirit. These people, it's about liberating the heart. When you get your teammates and they are giving back to the community and they are excited about that, it means that their excellence in their work, just like the excellence at Our Kids, everything good is magnified when that generosity of spirit comes forth and is demonstrated.
Well, these types of things, you all know, and I appreciate it. She likes you a lot, and the bottom line is we don't recognize, and it's great that organizations and J.E. Dunn Construction deserves the recognition because you get involved. Good for you. It's good PR, and you deserve every bit of it because this is a great cause. Wow. So come out for that. Let's throw up do we have the screen real quick? Did you want to throw that up, Mary? Just to remind folks, there you go. There's the information. A J.E. Dunn Hammer Down race. All right, it's going to be in the Gulch. It's going to be 6 to 7:15. Get down there, register, and show up. Join us out there, both of you. Thanks for coming on. I'll see you Saturday morning.
Thank you for standing in the gap for every child.
That's what it's all about.
We love you.
Thank you. We'll see you Saturday morning. I'll be back to wrap things up right after this.